right, this is your dad's action movie podcast. I love action movies. I grew up in the 80s, early 90s watching crazy action movies. The kind of this reckless, neck-breaking, back-breaking, arm-snapping, fucking just killing, blowing shit up. Things for happening for no reason. And that's what I love about action movies. It's something you can turn your brain off on and enjoy. And I've been putting this movie off for quite some fucking time. All right, I've really been putting this movie off. And this movie is Akimbo. All right, I just kept seeing it on Amazon Prime. It's free, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch it, and just never got around to. So I actually watched it today. And let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna give you the synopsis of what it fucking says. It says Miles is a video game developer who individually becomes the next participant, or involuntarily becomes the next participant in a real life death match that is streamed online. While Miles soon excels at running away from everything that won't stop him, outlasting Nick's a killer on the top of the game. All right, in this movie came out February 28, 2020. All right, directed by Jason Lee Howard. All right, screenwriter, same fucking person, producer, and all that stuff. You know, the thing is, Harry Potter's in this fucking movie. All right, I'm assuming it's Harry Potter's. It's Daniel Radcliffe, or whatever the fuck his name is. Who gives a fuck? But let me tell you something right now. This movie is the epitome of action. This movie is it's beautiful in its simplicity. It's beautiful in its screenwriting. It is beautiful in the way it is filmed. This is what I love in action movies. This is just, it's perfection at its best. It put a smile on my face and warmed up my heart, because this is what mindless violence, things happening for no goddamn fucking reason, and someone fucking winning. All right, the good guy fucking making it some fucking how, some fucking way. All the other psychopaths are fucking dying, and yet he is still living and making it. And it's like making it like, ooh, ah, like shit, like what the fuck? I can't believe that fucking happened. That's what I'm looking for when I watch an action movie. All right, and I always give a movie synopsis of yes or no. Watch this. This is a yes. This is an angry dad. Big thumbs up. Make sure you make time for this movie. You make all the effort you can to watch this movie and enjoy this movie, and understand that you need to shut off your fucking brain. There is no reason for logic, and you just go with the fucking flow, because that's what this movie is. This movie is just it's what I yearn for. It's what I love. It's the things that make me happy. The things that make me enjoy life. And that's what this movie is. I could sit here and watch it over and over and over again without even questioning it. This is the kind of movie, once I've seen it more than enough times and I know it by the back of my fucking hand, I could put it on in the background and just listen to it. And as I'm listening to it, doing whatever I'm fucking doing, I could describe to you every action fucking scene happening, every little detail going on. That's what this fucking movie is. That's what this movie does to me. That's what this movie just, it's so enjoyable. It pumped me up, all right? I was relaxing, having a great fucking day. I put on this fucking movie, and I was like, bam, right, punch in the face. I love it. It starts off slow, builds it up, and then it really makes you fucking sit down and like, I gotta absorb everything going on in this movie. That's what this movie is. I love it. I will watch this over and over again. It is in my favorites list. I will purchase this movie. It's a great fucking movie. Akimbo. All right. This guy just literally had fucking 2 guns bolted to his hands. They didn't strap him to his hands. They didn't lock him in his... No. They drilled holes, put a bolt, and then bolted every one of his fucking fingers to the gun. That's outlandish. There's no fucking reason or call for that. And gave him 50 fucking bullets with a bullet counter on it. It's a great fucking movie. This movie is just yes on every fucking... This is why I do this podcast, so I can fucking gush over how good this movie's and how much I enjoyed it, and that everyone needs to go out and listen, watch it, read it. You know what I'm saying? It's a great fucking movie. Apparently it's been a cult classic. Everyone's fucking like really gushing over it, and I'll tell you right now, me too. It is exactly what I want it to be. This film was made with $15,000. I don't know how they fucking did it. I don't know how they pulled it off, but they fucking pulled it off, and it was fucking great. So I'm going to say yes to this fucking movie all the fucking way. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10, or 10 out of 5. It's what I fucking love in action fucking movies. All right, it's just fucking great. It had comedy, it had action, it had a story, it had trauma, it had people flip the fuck out, and then it had a happy ending as the hero rides off into the sunset on a fucking black fucking horse, ready to murder more. That's what I love. This is your dad's action movie podcast. Watch Gun Akimbo. I'm letting you know it's a big yes from me. This is the Angry Dad. This is your dad's action movie podcast, and I'll see you guys on the next one.